Hey Boaz fans, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on him. As you can see, he's doing okay on his body-wise. Many of you remember that he had a big, huge knot right here. I love doing this video today because this is 1 year ago that we brought Boaz home. That just hit me kind of hard, actually. Tonight is the same auction that we brought Boaz home from, and we are not going, I don't think, but we might. Todd just shook his head no, but I'm saying yes, so we'll see how it goes, because we gotta take all the kids if we go. Might be kind of freakishly hard. But anyway, so the point is about Boaz today. We had Solomon here, and he needed to trim Karina, Roxy, and I had him trim Boaz because we haven't been able to get to Reuben in a while. It's been a little bit more than challenging. We do plan on seeing him in March. But anyway, back to Boaz. Remember everybody, he had this big, huge, like, large grapefruit-sized cyst. That is gone. This shoe boil, remember the big shoe boil that was on his elbow here? This is nothing but skin. It's all it is. It's so cool. But the downfall is that we've had the wet season with the weather, and now Boaz has a really bad case of just, I call it cankeritis. Basically, the canker is flared up really bad. We've kept him on a low starch diet, but it just flares up. And so he's flared up because of the wet weather. We got him in the barn, as you can see, and we've got his feet soaking. We will not be wrapping them today. He has an abscess on the back that came through and blowed out, and he has an abscess on the front that came through and blowed out. So that is not good. Again, we're not really sure what is causing it this time, but probably the wet weather and probably the canker. He's also got a lot of swelling in this back leg, pretty much from here down. So his whole cannon bone, everything is really affected, and I'm not sure if the infection from the abscess is what's causing that, or if it's just the old injury that we always fight. You know, it comes and goes and comes and goes. I'm not going to do a PEMF treatment tonight, but I am going to do one tomorrow. He is on antibiotics and he's on bute for pain. So I want everybody to know that we're doing our best with Boaz. He's doing fine as far as his demeanor goes. He's sweet and kind and loving as always, and did a great job for Solomon. We got him all trimmed up, and we're giving him an Epsom salt soak. And then when we're done, we're gonna treat him with a variety of things, but the main one being copper sulfate. We like to use the copper sulfate powder because we can get it up into the nooks and crevices and crannies of his feet. I'm gonna attach a couple of pictures. They're not the best quality, they're just what I have of his feet a year ago. And I did take a new one today of the front right. I forgot to do the back left, but it looks better. I promise you guys, it looks better. But it still looks pretty rough, and it looked pretty rough today because he has a big abscess. So we've got to clean all that out. We've got to get that infection dried up. It has blown through, so that's a good thing. That means all the pressure from it is off and released. Now it's just got to get all of the gunk out of it and the infection. So that's what we're working on here. But this is the 1 year ago story on Boaz. So I'm pretty excited. He's in the barn and going to just enjoy some quiet time in here. We'll probably bring another horse in with him. That way he's just not alone. But we got to keep him up because of the wet weather. We have more wet weather coming, and so that's the plan for now. But we really appreciate all of the love and support. Anybody who's willing and able to donate, that would be great, because we do need to get him to the farrier. Our funds are very, very low. I did buy feed today, and that used up the rest of our funds. We were sitting at $337 in our account for the rescue, and now we're down to $37. So any donations are greatly appreciated. They help us keep going, guys. It's really, really, really important to have any kind of support that you can offer, because it's what keeps us able to do this. And these drafts, both Boaz and Luna, they're giving us a run for our money. And I'll do an update on Luna another time, but this video is about Boaz because it's his 1-year anniversary with us, and we absolutely love him. I'm gonna cry. Look at him. You are something. I'm so thankful for him. He's taught me a lot, he's taught our family a lot, and he's been a wonderful horse for us. He's your horse too. We are thankful for all the love, all the support, all the kindness, all the prayers. I mean, the support has been overwhelming. Todd and I have been in shock, but please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Please like our videos if you haven't already. We are growing a little bit, step by step, and we're thankful for that. And we really want to continue to grow, and we have plans for 2025. And Boaz is a part of those plans, so we got to get his feet even better for this year. So we've come a long way in a year, and you'll see that in the pictures. I'm excited for you guys to see them and the comparison. But again, subscribe, like, send a donation if you can, fulfill an item on the wish list, whatever is in your heart. We sincerely appreciate it, guys. And here's your Boaz. This is his left front hoof the night that we brought him home. It was devastating. You'll see that as these images go by, there is some graphic pictures there. There's just some, it was really, really rough. He's definitely had a huge infection in that hoof. As you can see, that canker can just destroy the hoof. And what we were dealing with here was not only canker, but severe thrush and white line disease. This is where the sole of the foot, which is in the middle, and then the frog, you can see that's the V-shaped portion. Everything is detached. Nothing was together like it should. But slowly and steadily over the past year, we've been able to keep his feet trimmed properly, continue his hoof growth supplement, keep him on a low starch diet, regular treatments that sometimes included wrapping and sometimes it includes air time. But slowly and surely, each month, a little bit more and more is grown together. This is about halfway through the process. I said this is probably sometime this summer. And we just had to continue to carve away. Here was a big flare-up during a canker flare-up, and we had to expose a lot of the canker that we could get to and get air to it. That's what heals it up the best. Now this is from today. So you can see where the white line is starting to develop again. The sole of the foot is becoming attached to the hoof wall. And the frog, which is in the center, has a little bit better texture. It has a little different color to it. And overall, it's functioning more efficiently. It's not totally healed. And it hasn't completely, the canker is not gone all the way. But we've decided that we're just going to continue to treat topically and cut it away and slowly and steadily. Switching gears to the right rear hoof, you can see that he had this massive horn. That was actually, in this picture, it was after Todd and I we cut a couple of inches off of, it's on your left-hand screen, we called it the hook of his hoof. We had cut some of that off at this point. This is the first day that we brought him home. So again, this is the right rear hoof. It has been the absolute hardest to get functioning better. It is not sound. He does have an injury in that leg, but he doesn't limp all the time, and he does have moments of pain-free. If we observe there's a time when he's feeling a little painful,
We just make sure we give him an anti-inflammatory specifically for pain, such as bute. And this is everybody's favorite farrier on our channel. This is Reuben, one of the very, I don't know, maybe second or third visit that he started working on Boaz, and just slowly but surely he continues to carve away and get to the canker, get away all of the, just carving out all of the infection. Here you can see he took out a huge portion of the hoof wall so that we could expose that area, dry it out, and it really helped. I know this isn't very helpful, but this is the only picture I got from today. This is from today, February 7th, 2025. We didn't wrap it in like with a diaper and all of that stuff. We did treat it topically, and then I put it in a Tough One therapy boot. And so then I took some Coflex and went around the top of that, because if you don't, shavings and stuff gets down into the boot. So anyway, this is just kind of an overnight fix. Tomorrow we'll take this off and we'll treat his hoof again with more Epsom salts, copper tox, and probably some Durasol. Along his journey here, he also decided to injure himself. We have no idea how he did this. We had him in a very safe, secure round pin area, but somehow, some way, he managed to cut his eyelid off. So we had to take him to our local vet, Dr. Berger, where he was able to completely stitch up his eyelid. It turned out just great. I'm so impressed with how he was able to reattach it, and to this day you wouldn't even know that he had an injury there, other than he's lost a little section of his eyelashes. The journey with Boaz has been long and beautiful, all at the same time. We've worked countless hours and prayed, fallen in love with this boy. He is just an absolute sweetheart. This here is what I was talking about earlier on in the video, the big abscess on the side of his shoulder. We don't know what it came from. We suspect that maybe it was an infection from a stop or a splinter or something. But we took him to Dr. Berger again. This was, several months, again, halfway through our 2024 journey. And you can see here that Dr. Berger was able to lance it open, get it to drain. And as you saw earlier in this video, there is no scarring, there's no more bulge, there's nothing there. It's actually quite amazing. I'm going to move on now to some of the awesome moments with Boaz. He has let me love on him laying down. He has been so kind and so sweet. This is at a point where he laid down most of the time. That's actually why he had the hygroma. And it's also known as, or in layman's terms, a shoe boil. And it was literally from that big hook on his back of his hoof there, the rear right hoof. It was from it poking into his elbow. But just take a moment and look. I mean, this is days after he got here. We got his first trimming done, and we turned him out into the yard. He started rolling and playing, getting up and down more freely. It was just so beautiful to see this awesome boy recover through his rehab this past year. The horses they're fascinating. I absolutely love to see how they change and how they want to change. This is our son who just adores him. He spends so much time with Boaz, and he was laying his hands on him here to pray. We had lunch with Boaz. We did all kinds of things with Boaz. He's just always in our life this whole entire year. As moments get busy, we always find ourselves running back out to pet him, to hug him, to just talk to him. He's really a beautiful creature. On one of our trips to see Reuben, we decided to stop off at this beautiful little spot where we like to take the kids to swim. And we thought, we're just going to make this a fun day with Boaz. We know that his hooves can't stay wet and be wet for long. He's not walking the best, we understand that, but we thought, what better way to give him a cool down and enjoy a break along the trip, but to stop off at the river. So we just had fun playing with Boaz, going up and down, walking in the sand and in the water. This is the first time that I ever sat on him, and it's been the last. We haven't been riding him or getting on him or anything. But this moment was extra special. I've had many of those with Boaz, but it felt so good. He had a really good day, and he wasn't limping, and he didn't show any signs of pain. So that's why we chose that day. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video for us and to honor our Boaz. We're thankful for his 2024 journey, and we cannot wait to see what he can accomplish in 2025. Keep watching and enjoy.